Hello, Sensei Cisco here for Cincy Martial Arts. Today we're going to take a look at Mawashi Geri, the round kick, and the different angles of attack that come with that kick. Now if you've ever done a little bit of martial arts training or been introduced to our fundamentals, you'll be very familiar with the round kick, being the strike that comes swinging from the back side and hitting with the instep or shin of the leg into your target. Now the angles of attack that we refer to are striking upwards, horizontally, or downwards into your target. And today there will be a brief cut to an illustrated portion, which you'll find here in just a moment, and then we'll retouch in the corner of the screen, in one of these two corners, once I figure out where that's going to go. But this way you could see those same illustrations when we perform these kicks to the air. So, without further ado, let's take a look at Mawashi Geri and the angles of attack that come with it. Now here we're going to take a look at our illustrations for Mawashi Geri and the positions of the heel and ankle. For each position, what we're going to look at is creating 3 points. 1, 2, and 3. What we're looking to do is create a straight line between or through all 3 of these points. The definition of each point is going to be the center is your target. So your target, where you're aiming to, can be a paddle, a bag, any object that you're looking to make contact with. The starting point will be where your ankle is. So where your foot is standing, or where the chamber is set to. The second or last point will be your knee. So the knee of your leg. So we're looking to put the target in between these 2 points. In other words, we have our knee on one point, extending through our leg to our foot on the other end. Please excuse my artistic skills. But when we're looking to set up, the target that we're looking to strike should line up with about this point of your leg, so that your knee is just past the follow-through point of the target. If we hit the target here, our full extension would end here. Now each angle is looking to position these points differently. This being a horizontal angle means that your foot would be flat with the ground. This would allow you to strike a flat target straight on from one wall to the other, so that your ankle is set up, you go through the target and end at the knee position on the other side. If, however, you are looking to strike a target at an upward angle, your ankle would need to be lower than your knee position. With a lower ankle, we can then drive upwards to that knee position and make contact on that flat surface. And then finally, going on the downward angle to strike through here, we would again take that foot higher now than the knee, and now we can push straight down and break our target, impacting that space flat and breaking through. Now we've got to look at the illustrations and seeing how the knee and ankle work in conjunction to create these swipes. Let's take a moment and take a real look at the stance, what our chamber is doing. Now, first, we of course need to make sure we have a strong planted foot. So after we draw our square chamber, we can turn, bringing the heel forward. This gives our toes the ability to balance. Now, anytime you have a pivot, just like side kick, hook kick, or any other side angled kick, one that comes to the edge of your body, turning the toes out will ensure your balance. But the chamber here for horizontal, once I lift my knee, I'm going to keep my knee here at my belt level. On the pivot, I lift my ankle to meet that knee height. This way, my foot can swing in a straight line from side to side, to the back, to the front. This will allow me to strike a target horizontally and push straight into it. This way I can come up, pivot, holding that knee up, and then my kick can strike through to push it to the side. As for the other two angles, if we're looking to strike upwards, this could be used perhaps to strike behind the knee, or here on the side of the thigh. We have a pressure point here that we can strike up into, or even trying to land a round kick up into the ribs, but dig into the chest cavity. For this, we wouldn't want to pivot quite as far. So this pivot, we only need about a quarter turn, so that the knee can be lifted up, and the strike can come upwards, striking from the bottom, and having the base swing out. So once more, I can square up, quarter pivot so that my knee is high. This will cause my foot to strike low and extend upwards, lifting the base of your target. Finally is the downward angle. For the downward angle, we're going to take the heel up above the knee. This means our pivot needs to turn a little bit more so that our hips can fully express and open up. So instead of, with the upward angle, having the quarter turn, bringing our foot 90 degrees, the horizontal angle, having our support leg come 45 degrees, a downward angle is going to put the heel at a 180 degrees. My toes are facing forward, my toes are facing fully backward, so that now my ankle can lift high up in the air, and this is what some styles call an arrow kick. This allows a downward strike to come into your target, to chamber, lift, and then push it down into the floor. An effective strike towards the base of the neck or collarbone, sort of similar to an axe kicks presentation, only where you got turned around. So if you find yourself perhaps overturned on a Mawashi Geri, or you go to angle up and you gave yourself a little bit too much force, there are options here. So let's put all those angles together, the low, the mid, and the high. Starting with the low, we'll quarter pivot to swing at an upward angle, full pivot for a horizontal angle, and over pivot for our downward angle. And there we have the three angles of Mawashi Geri in our kick. I hope this has been beneficial to you. Be mindful of the pivoting leg and where your toes and heel are in relation to the spin. And then keeping in mind where your knee and your ankle is for relation in your extension to follow through your target, either driving upward through, side through, or down through. Until next time, I've been Sensei Cisco with Sensei Martial Arts, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.